So this is not your typical line of trailers, right? So you have the bean stock back here, the classic bean, the mean bean, the meaner bean. What's this trailer we're about to see?
So this is a Black Bean, and we use Black Bean as an opportunity to test either materials or systems or functionality that we're intrigued with.
All right, Mark, as this is our second take, we need to do this one quick or I'm gonna burn.
Okay, we can do it quick.
So I just want to go here right off the bat. This is the side of the trailer that looks different to me. And so I thought maybe you can talk about this fridge, maybe you can talk about this stove, maybe you can talk about these drawers. I mean, this is all different to me in terms of the bean lineup.
Yeah, I would say the biggest changes for Black Bean from other beans are the changes in the galley. And those are made possible by straightening out the front surface of the trailer, which allowed us to create 8 to 10 inches of additional depth in the galley, and that allowed us to flip the fridge 90 degrees. And so now we're able to put this very large fridge in a rack out tray that locks in and out and can operate from either side.
Oh, that's nice. It can flip up both ways.
Right.
And this is a lot. I mean, this is a family fridge.
Right.
So we're running 42 liters right now. And we thought that was right because we used to do 20 liters.
Right.
This summer we went 42. I could see hopping up into the 50s being right for a family.
Yeah, I think personally this is as much fridge as I would ever need.
Yeah, right.
Even though there's a 75 quart fridge in the front of this trailer.
Yeah. Oh, is there really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so your concept, I think I get it. So basically, you've made the interior almost like a square drop. Like you've gained space by, but the exterior is still teardrop shape.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And that's how you've gained this little bit of space.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that allows us to flip the fridge, and it also created additional space for these massive 16-inch drawers.
Okay, that's massive.
Right.
Okay, and this, you guys know, we talk about this a lot, like drawers. I don't know why you haven't gotten to the drawers earlier. Like drawers to me just make sense in a small camper trailer. It keeps you organized, especially if you're like a weekend warrior and you don't even have time to keep organizing your system. You can just, this is like take it and go type of trailer.
Another new option Bean has is the Truma VarioHeat heater. As you can see in this picture, it goes in place of the third drawer. Having heat not only is going to bring that temperature up on cold days, but also helps reduce that moisture in the cabin.
Yep.
And then obviously we got a big old sink over here.
Yeah, so this is based on customer feedback. Sometimes small sinks in a teardrop have limited functionality. You can brush your teeth, you can wash your face, but it's kind of hard to wash dishes. And so we wanted a proper sink that allowed you to wash dishes, so we have a very deep sink inside the teardrop now.
And you guys know I'm not a huge sink guy, like the beanstalk over there, no sink on it. I think it's right for us because I like hauling less water, because that's less weight for my tow vehicle. It's less, to deal with for winterizing and stuff. But at the same time, our channel is all about like making the least comfortable person comfortable out here. And if that requires them having a sink, I mean, we travel with people that have to have a sink.
Right.
They don't want to do dishes with a squirt gun like I do.
Right.
They want to feel a little bit of the comfort of home. So yeah, I totally get this.
Another new option in 2022 for Black Bean is the Guzzle water filtration system. This fits nicely under the galley sink, as you can see, and uses UV light and carbon filtering to improve your onboard water.
And then around this sink, obviously, this isn't black paint. This is something different.
This is a cutting board material that's used on high-end cutting boards. So you have a lot of flexibility with this. You can actually use it as a cutting board if you don't mind marring it.
Yeah.
You can let it patina like a cutting board, or you can oil it like a cutting board and keep it nice and a deep black.
Oh, this is like over my head. This is like stuff I've never even thought about. That's really cool. And I know this isn't like exciting to you because you guys talk about it all the time, but we just went to IKEA yesterday, picked up a bunch more of these Trofast drawers. Like, we are loving this. So when we go out, like, we've designed ours like this, so you can just shove stuff in it. But sometimes it's nice, like we actually pulled these out the other day, put more of these drawers in there, and it just helped us stay like a little bit more organized. And it, based on your trip, you may use different. Like sometimes it's nice to just have this big catch-all. you know, back here.
Right.
But then other times having the small one keeps you more organized because it's like, I need the baby stuff now. And then these fun like RGB lights here. I liked all the colors because there wasn't bugs, so we were like using greens and purples. But I get like, set this to red. It was enough light to flood my cooking area. I could still see, but bugs weren't like swarming into the area, you know? So I think that's a pretty neat deal. And then obviously a 2-inch hitch here.
Right.
If you were to carry a rack or maybe bikes, would you suggest bikes in the front or the back?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bikes on the back of any trailer because they're subject to forces that they wouldn't be on the back of your vehicle. Right?
Yeah.
They get beat up a little bit more on the back of a trailer, or even with an independent suspension like this has.
It'd still get taken a bit of a beating.
And then it's a little bit inconvenient when you have a bike rack back here and you're trying to access the galley.
Yeah, very true. But you know, they do swing out. Have you tried it? Have you tried one yet?
Yeah, I've tried that, but
Still
that's still more inconvenient than not having a bike rack back here at all.
I get that. Did we talk about this?
No, we didn't talk about the stove.
So this is obviously the same stove that's in the beanstalk that we're pulling around, but it's different.
But it's bigger, right?
It's bigger.
So a lot of times stoves in a teardrop trailer are small, even if they have 2 burners, so you can get one skillet and then you get a tiny saucepan on the other side. So we wanted
is this 2 12-inch pans?
Yeah, so you can do some proper cooking on this. And you can also flip this around, so you can flip this 180 degrees and cook inside the galley, or flip it in that direction and get out of the way of somebody who's prepping or doing something else over here.
See, I like it because a lot of people lately are talking about these slide-out kitchens, and they like it because it's open. Well, then you get it here, right? It's open. But if I want to be covered from the rain, all I have to do is move it this way.
Yes.
And then if it does unhook, do I have the ability, let's say I'm parked on mud or whatever, you know me, I love to take my stuff out wherever and camp at or cook at the picnic table. Can I do that with this?
Yeah, just detach it and grab the propane hose and a small propane tank and take it wherever you want.
Comes with me.
Well, if 2 burners isn't enough for you, Bean added a Discada as an option for their 2022 Black Bean. If you aren't familiar with a Discada, this would be the Latin American version of a scuttle, a plow disc cooker. As you know, we really love our scuttle. Not only does it cook the most incredible food because the disc remains seasoned, it has the ability to keep your food warm until you are ready to eat. This Discada folds down for easy storage in the Black Bean and uses a quick connect attached to your propane. I can only imagine what you can do with a cooking station with 2 high BTU burners and a plow disc.
Is there anything else I'm missing on this in the galley?
We also introduced a little side table, which is a nice serving table or prep table that actually stores right here next to the fridge.
Okay.
For additional counter space, right?
Yeah.
Like you almost can't get enough counter space or storage space in a teardrop trailer.
And we've been, I don't know if you'd like this, me doing this, because I use your fridge as a prep space all the time, but it works really well. Like now you have an L kitchen. So I've been using the fridge as more prep space, and it's been great.
Oh, that is a good idea.
It's a pretty neat design, I think. I'm guessing this is timbering because we're high, right? There's a lot of clearance, but it's not so high I can't cook here. Like my elbow is nice and low here.
Yeah, so when it comes to balancing ground clearance, which people in this market seem to have a fascination with, I'm always going to err on the side of good human factors, right?
Yeah.
Amazing ground clearance and a counter that is at your chest doesn't make any sense to us, and we'll never do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mark's probably going to make me edit this out, but to me, the Beanstalk has 15 inches of clearance.
Right.
I've never driven anywhere in Alaska that I needed more than that, to be honest. If you're trying to get to BLM land and national forest, I think at this clearance here and 15 inches, you can get over. So what are we at here?
We're about 20.
20 inches, yeah.
But back to your point on the 15 inches on Beanstalk, the irony is that a standard Jeep Rubicon ground clearance is less than 15 inches.
It's like, isn't it 12 something, or am I
think
off?
It's 14.
Okay,
but,
14.
But it's like, so I don't know why you need 20 plus inches of ground clearance.
I mean, to give you guys an example, the Jeep Liberty, it's 10 point some inches of clearance. So the Jeep's going to be my limiting factor, not my trailer.
Right.
Rock sliders, this is starting to be pretty common.
Yeah, rock sliders, a little different design. The other thing that's different about Beanstalk is we actually coated the sidewall. Usually it's a gel coat surface, but you know, because it's called Black Bean, well,
Yeah,
you gotta
keep
coat
it black, yeah.
the
rugged.
sidewall black.
And then the fenders look a little different. These are the stand-on fenders that everybody loves,
They're
right?
still a stand-on design, and so it allows you to get to your roof rack. The rock rails also help you get to the roof rack.
And for people who don't know, like, what's the advantage of the rock rails besides using the step-on? Like, what is this protecting?
If your trailer gets at a different angle than your vehicle and you drag the edge into the ground, it will protect your body.
So the body's not going to get hit,
Right.
the rails will.
Yeah.
Okay. Porthole, Thule roof racks that can you can put up tents. You guys probably have the sky's the limit, right, in terms of weight with the way this is built.
Yeah.
There's no tent on the market that won't fit on this, right?
Right.
All right, this is a lot of battery.
Yeah, and again, you know, a lot of this is pushing the limits, right? So one of the things I was intrigued with is having your trailer be a backup for your house. So we put 420 amp hours of lithium batteries inside of this unit. You can also see that we have a solar controller, and the whole idea is that we gave you an outlet where you can actually run into your house.
Okay.
So if you have an emergency and you need power, you can actually power your house with your trailer.
You know, I gotta admit, like, before last year, the whole concept of a bug out trailer and stuff, like, we kind of set ours up for it. But then when everything happened, it's like, oh man, I'm thankful I have a teardrop, because this now is, like, there's a peace of mind knowing I can use this as my backup. And I never even thought, like you, that this could go back into your house. A big storm hits, the grid goes down, you can backfeed in. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, when you think about it, this is half the power of a Tesla Powerwall.
Yeah, that's a lot of power.
So it does give you some backup power for your house.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So in 2022, standard on all Black Bean models now is the Red Arc Manager 30. This is a 6-in-1 battery management system that basically allows you to manage all of the power inputs and outputs, such as solar, AC shore power, and vehicle power from the 7-pin. This also has the potential to give you the onboard capacity to do DC to DC charging, as long as your vehicle is equipped for this.
And then charging it is this Light Life solar panel that's actually carbon fiber, so it's very strong, which we like. Serves a double purpose because it's covering up our front window in transit. So it's doing two things in transit. It's charging your batteries, and it's also protecting your front window as you travel.
Bikes, like you said, you like them on the front.
Yeah. So some people.
This is interesting.
So this is one-up bike rack, very stable bike rack. This is the most stable bike rack we've ever used on Bean. So you can use the top of this box for this bike rack, or you can actually skirt this and have a tray that you strap your additional gear in.
So people are going to ask, fat tire bike, electric bike, is there a mount for them?
My bikes, I have 2 electric bikes in addition to the bikes that you see here, and they have 2.4 tires, and they fit just fine. They fine in here.
Excellent.
And then you have your front mounted spare.
And why on this one front mount instead of a side mount like I've seen on other Bean?
Because we have the room for it. So we actually another thing that's different about this trailer is that we extended it about a foot longer than a typical Bean.
Okay.
And then, you know, over the years, we've tried a lot of different hitches and articulating hitches, and we finally found one that we really like. This is from Cruise Master, and it's really easy to cinch up. Or should I say it's a cinch?
Oh, I'm editing that out. That one's gone.
I also should note that standard on the 2022 Black Bean is a shovel mount and a max track mount.
All right, anything else I'm missing here?
Yeah, so back to the category of storage, we have this huge tray. And just to show that you can have a fridge up here, you know, we're showing the fridge, but the way Cindy and I would use this space is we would put our camping box inside of this
that's
rack
what I
out.
would do. But one of the things when I asked Mark if we could take out the bean stock, I was just asking for some extra things that didn't go on it. And one of them was a tongue box. Like, I really appreciate it. And he's like, we don't make a tongue box. And I said, okay, that's okay, that's okay. He came back a week later. He's like, I think we can do a tongue box. So then I said, well, can we do a tongue box that's oversized and can be opened on 2 sides? He says, no, we can't do that. Then he came back like a week later. He's like, yeah, we could probably do that, yeah. But I love it, like when there are 2 openings like this, so like we took out that Valiant trailer and that's where I experienced it. I can throw everything in here, and then if it's not organized, I just find out which side it comes out easiest.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. Like if I can't get it here, I can usually go around and pull it out the other side. So it's a great design. And then this, like you can just see kind of the craftsmanship, right? Like this is curved, this is rounded, but in reality, back there, this is where you're talking, right?
Yeah, that's the secret sauce of Bean, right? So the between these end caps, the body actually comes straight down, and that's what's created the additional room for the galley. But we wanted to maintain this beautiful teardrop shape, so we hid it behind the box.
So I don't know if you guys are getting that. Like basically you're getting all the benefits of a square drop inside in terms of space, but the outside we're still keeping that traditional teardrop look, which is awesome.
Yeah. Did you see this?
What is it?
Victron 2000 watt inverter.
Why?
Goes back
Who's it
to,
for?
Well,
who's using 2,000 watts?
Espresso, baby. I need my espresso on a camping trip.
Okay.
And also when you're using this to potentially back up your house, it's nice to have the
that
inverter.
makes sense. We talked about the rock sliders over there. Do you guys call them rock sliders?
Rock sliders, yeah.
Rock sliders, but this gives you kind of a better view of it. Like these are different.
Yeah, we wanted to create a new design. The design of our old one was fine, but we're like, let's try something new. So we squared it out and put all these angles in it, and we really like how it turned out.
Now, I will put in a plug for the old ones. The old ones, what I like about it, you can kind of get it here too, I guess, with the bed up, but the old ones seem to be a little lower. And so like when I'm sitting here, like May and I are putting our feet on the rock sliders, and it's like, this is where you're drinking your coffee in the morning, and it's like, because trying to get your feet down to the ground is not always like the most comfortable position.
Right. Yep.
All right, I'm such a nerd, such a nerd. These are the things I love. It's the little details, right?
I love, Drew, you know I love the little details in the trailer, right?
Yeah,
the little treasures that you discover as you take it out and use it, where you're like, oh, I did not know that, right? I love when people come back and say, I didn't know that you included, I didn't even know that was part of the trailer.
Exactly, like the moose that I ran into the other day, and you had the his and her flashlights for us mounted in there.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So you're probably gonna hate me for this one, but like, I love the introduction of wood in here. Like I like that you're still keeping the bean feel. It's white, it's crisp, but yet I'm getting a little bit of warmth. Do you think this is something you'd ever add to future trailers, or is this just for the Black Bean?
All of these features are determined on what the market says about them and how durable they are, right? I have to admit, this was a result of some customer feedback, and I was originally hesitant, but I do like the warmth that it's adding to the ceiling.
And it still feels like a Bean trailer to me. It's got that the clean lines, it's simplistic, but yet there's like some more, it's like a texture.
Another new standard feature on all Black Beans is from Turn Overland. These are windows that are basically high-end double pane windows with a built-in shade and screen. And as you can see, they can be open in a way that allows windows to be open during rain.
And tons of storage space. You know, it's the same cabinet system. You know, the Addict. I don't know if you use the Addict on your trip, but it always surprises me how much room there is in that Addict to store. And then, you know, the cubby that I love, right? I love this cubby. I love the fact that it's got these puck lights and that everything is where it should be, right? It just makes it really easy at the end of the day to take your wallet out, to take your keys out, to take everything you have and organize it and charge your cell phone.
And then you have this, what are you guys calling this, a stealth window?
Yeah, this is a stealth window, and right now you can't see through it because it's covered by a solar panel.
Okay.
Another new option on the Black Bean, and for the other Bean trailers as well, is a Dometic air conditioner. Now this is the RTX 2000, so it's a very efficient air conditioner. So efficient, if you have enough lithium with you, you can actually run this off-grid.
Well, I think that's about it. This wraps it up, doesn't it? All right, well, thank you. I appreciate the time.
Thanks, Drew.